Hello.
Hello, all, and welcome to tonight's press conference. We're here first with head coach Troy Taylor. Coach Taylor, if you could begin with an opening statement. Congratulations on your first win at Stanford.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really thrilled for our guys and our coaching staff and everybody, our administration, everybody that's put so much into this win and getting to this point to be successful. Our guys have worked really hard, and it's nice to see them celebrate and see success too.
Thank you, Coach. If you have questions for Coach, please use the raise hand function. We'll take them as they come in. Ben Parker, we'll start with you.
Hey, Coach, just if I can get your thoughts on Ashton's performance tonight at quarterback, just kind of what you see from him and how would you evaluate his first career start here?
Yeah, I thought he played really well. His demeanor was great throughout the entire game. First start, and it's a pretty big deal on the road. And he's just really calm. He was never flustered. He didn't play perfectly, but nobody did. But he played really well, and I thought he made great decisions. He was under duress a number of times, and a lot of times quarterbacks will throw the ball up or make a really poor decision. He didn't do that. Obviously, we didn't turn the ball over, so he was a big part of that. So I thought he did a great job, and he's a good runner as well. So he's a dual threat guy.
Thank you, Ben. Harold?
Following up on that, what led to the decision to start Ashton?
It was close. I mean, it really came down to Justin Lamson and Ashton, and Ari did a good job in camp as well. And it was really those two guys, and I felt really comfortable with all of them playing. It's just you make a decision based on the information that you saw on the field, and it was very close. It could have easily went the other way. But the good thing is we got guys that can play at every position, and at quarterback, that certainly is something that you need depth. But he did a really nice job.
Thank you, Harold. Jackson?
Coach, it seemed like you guys kept Hawaii's offense from getting into much of a rhythm. Just what were you most pleased about your defense today?
Yeah, I think the resiliency, and it's an explosive offense. They can really throw the ball. They're wide receivers that make plays, and just hanging in there. And obviously we gave up some yards and some plays, but never a lot of points. So I'm really proud of how they hung in there, and they made them a very one-dimensional team. Obviously the running game was non-existent, and I thought they played cleanly as well. So really proud of those guys.
Thank you, Ben.
I believe it was 6 total tackles, 4 TFLs, 3 sacks for David Bailey. Just talk about his performance and the weapon he was tonight, and just what he can mean to this defense going forward.
David is a really talented young man, quick, explosive, powerful, and I think he's just going to get better and better as his confidence improves and just or increases, and he becomes just a more experienced player. But it's all there for him. He is as talented a guy as I've been around, and it'll be fun to watch him grow.
Back to Harold.
Ben Yurosek had, I think, over 100 yards receiving early in the second quarter. What about that matchup do you think you guys were able to exploit? And then also, can you just take it through that play, that kind of reverse flea flicker that he scored the touchdown on?
Yeah, I mean, there were some matchups that Ben had against a linebacker. He's so talented. He's got great ball skills, great in traffic, and he's a really good runner after he catches the ball well. So the more we can utilize him, the trick play was a handoff with a lateral back to the quarterback, and they did a pretty good job of recovering. It was an unbelievable throw by Ashton, and an even better catch by Ben with a lot of traffic. Where a lot of times those balls get punched out or deflected, and where they just lose their focus. And he did a great job. He made a number of catches where, people call them 50-50 balls, where you're not sure if they're going to be able to come up with it. And they were all on really huge moments in the game.
Back to Jackson.
Coach, Gilman was your leading tackler. He's back here at home, his family in the front row. Just what was that whole scene like to see him perform well?
It was great. I think he had, I think he told me he was going to have 70 people at the game, and I think they were pretty loud. And he's such a great kid, and he's such a great leader. He's been somebody that I've really appreciated since I've been here, and he's a really good football player too. So great to see him come here. We practiced at his high school on Thursday. And so that was Capuno High School is where we went. And so it was great for him to come back and have family and play well and then get a win as well.
Thank you. Harold?
I guess what's your, now that it's all settled that you guys are going to be in the ACC next year, what's your reaction to that? I imagine you were kind of sleeping when it happened, but how did you kind of process it?
I got a text message about 2:45 in the morning and read it and smiled at my face and then went back to sleep. So it's great. We're thrilled to be joining the ACC next year. It's a great conference with great football, great coaches, and incredible academic institutions, and I think it's a really good fit for us. So we're thrilled. It turned out to be a really good day for the Card.
Is it a relief just to have that kind of resolved?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I think our guys were really focused, but just having that kind of hang over your head and but having a clear direction. And hats off to our administration and Bernard and Muir and all the people that were behind the scenes that helped make that happen. It was huge, and I feel great about the direction of this program, and being in the ACC will be a lot of fun next year.
Ben?
Yeah, just in general, how nice is it to have a game under your belt as a coach and see you guys go up against another team, and just how much do you feel you kind of learned through this process from today?
Yeah, I learned a ton about our guys, and we talked about that all week, that this was not going to be perfect. It was going to be a tough game. That it was going to be where we had times where we had to bounce back, and they were going to get momentum, and just thrilled how they reacted. Very happy for our guys. Just they've been through so much, and coaching changes are difficult, and they've embraced us, and it was a great feeling to get a win, and winning on the road. That's not an easy thing to do. So coming into somebody else's stadium, and it was a great crowd and a great evening. So just really proud of our guys.
Jackson?
Did you feel there was any extra buzz or juice from your guys after they learned that news this morning about the conference affiliation?
Yeah, I think so. We addressed it, in the morning at breakfast, and then we just said, hey, let's move on. We hadn't talked about it a lot, but it is, like I said, it's a huge relief to have direction of where we're going, and in such a great conference, and great academic institutions, and great football, great coaches, and Bernard Muir did a fantastic job. And like I said, all the people behind the scenes that we don't even know that we're working hard to make this happen. It's a huge relief. I know our guys are thrilled about it. But from here on out, we'll really be just focusing on our season.
Thank you, Ben.
I guess I'll keep with the conference realignment theme. Just as a guy that played at Cal, how excited are you to kind of keep that rivalry intact? You're coaching at Stanford, you played at Cal. Just how nice is it to know that you'll be with the Bears in the ACC?
There's an incredible respect and admiration for Cal and Stanford, and I think that displayed itself in how we stuck together, and both administrations, both programs, and it's a special rivalry, and people lose sight of the fact that college football is a lot about rivals, and so we were able to keep that intact. Be tied with Cal and continue that rivalry where we're playing them every year, and get to do it in a new conference.
Jackson?
Coach, you called on Cardi 3 times today. Just what's it like running this offense and having a seemingly automatic 3 points? You need it.
Really good. We talk about that a lot, that with the quarterback, that just make good decisions, and we got an automatic 3 points when we crossed the 40, we feel. And those field goals were huge. They were pivotal. There was momentum changes in the game where Hawaii had closed it a little bit, and Josh being able to come in and just hit those things right down the middle. It's a huge weapon, and obviously you want to score touchdowns, but what the worst thing that can happen is when you drive the ball a little bit and you don't come away with any points. So he is an unbelievable kid. He's just so consistent. His demeanor's fantastic.
Last call for questions for Coach Taylor. Harold?
It seems like the competition is going to get even tougher next week with a top 10 team coming up. What do you think? I know you're gonna have to watch the tape and everything, but kind of first impressions, what you guys need to kind of improve to match that next week?
First game, there's going to be tons of things that we can improve on, but I'm proud of these guys. We got a tough schedule, so we look at it really. I know it sounds trite, but it's tough to us. It's one game seasons all year, and so we're going to enjoy this. They worked really hard. They put a lot of months into this. To, like I said, to come on the road and win against these guys is huge. And then we'll wake up tomorrow and concentrate on who we're playing.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Harold?
Congratulations, Ashton. I guess, when did you find out you'd be starting, and then kind of what was the thought process kind of going into the game? What were your emotions like?
Yeah, I found out Wednesday right before practice, and then we actually flew out after that practice too. But figuring that news out was awesome. Just being able to hold that role at such a prestigious university that has a great football program with all the all the great guys that played this position before. So knowing that, I just went into this game locked in, ready to go, ready to lead my team out there, but just kind of taking it step by step and making sure that we got the job done.
Ben?
Just in general, how did it feel, not only, having your first start, but having it be a victory and the manner that you guys did? You guys ran some creative stuff with that little flea flicker to Ben. Just what was it like out there today?
Yeah, I mean, it was so much fun. We knew that going into this game, we were going to go out and try to have a lot of fun, be creative, and just execute when the right plays were called. And going out there for my first start and getting that win is just huge. Kind of just stacks that on to everything that I've worked hard for, everything that these guys have worked hard for. It was a long time coming, but we put the work in, and just going out there and being able to lead those guys was an amazing feeling.
Harold?
What's it like just knowing you have Ben, to be able to get the ball to?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. The guys that he's an NFL tight end. He's long, he's strong, he's fast. I mean, he's just, you always kind of have him as a safety blanket to get the ball to. But I mean, I love throwing the ball to Ben. I know he's going to go out there and get the job done.
Jackson?
Ashton, so you learned the news and then got on a plane for 5 hours. Was it, it seems like a lot of thoughts can run through your head. Was it excitement? Was it nerves? What was that like?
It was exciting. But then again, I also knew that we had a business trip to take care of. So I kind of had to tuck those emotions away and prepare myself to come out and do what we did tonight. I knew that Hawaii, they were going to come out, they were going to be physical and they were going to want to play hard. So I knew that it wasn't going to be a cakewalk. So just being able to kind of get that mindset and just lock it in that we're going to have to go out there and get the job done was the biggest goal.
Ben?
You're known as a guy that is a tremendous runner, but how much pride do you take in showing that you can make plays with your arm as well, make throws, and be a complete quarterback, not just being a runner, but a guy that can play the whole position?
Yeah, I think that the way I was used last year on the field, it was kind of a misconception that I could only run the ball. But just knowing that I have a lot to prove, kind of just lit a fire under me, and it let me go out there and show everyone that I can throw the ball. So I mean, I know my guys have trust in me. I know the coaching staff has trust in me to throw the ball, which is a blessing.
Harold?
I guess, when did you find out that Stanford would be in the ACC next year, and what were your emotions like when you heard? What was the kind of team's reaction?
Yeah, it was actually as soon as I woke up this morning, we're 6 hours behind their time. So as soon as I woke up, I opened my phone and I saw the news. Personally, I'm excited because I'm from Georgia. So being able to go back home on the East Coast and play in front of friends and family was kind of relieving. It's also relieving knowing that we finally have a final resting place as of right now. And I think the guys, they were excited, but then again, we also knew that we kind of had to shut that out and let that take care of itself in the future and go out there and get the job done today.
Jackson?
Was there a point in camp where you felt you were clicking with the offense, or that maybe it shifted in your favor? Coach Taylor said it was pretty close for you and Justin.
Yeah, it was very close. Justin's a great guy. He's an amazing athlete, amazing quarterback. We're very similar in certain traits, and I didn't really want to think about that. I didn't want to think about the competition too much. I wanted to go out there and just kind of build trust in my offense and the guys that are out there. And I mean, yeah, that's really it. I didn't want to, get caught up in the competition. I just wanted to keep my head down and just keep working and just let it play out.
Jackson?
With Coach Taylor also being your OC and your quarterback's coach, what's that relationship like? How did it play out during today's game?
It's awesome. Just being able to come to the sidelines. He has previous experience as a quarterback. So just knowing someone that you can talk to in game that has that experience, that sees the field amazing. He calls his concepts and they work. So just being able to come off to the sidelines and talk to him about that. I think we've built a very, very close relationship during camp. And just being in a meeting room with him every single day is amazing. He comes in there with fire, with juice, with love, and he loves ball. So it's amazing being able to play for him.
Ben?
You guys pounced on them pretty strongly. You guys were up 21-10 at halftime, if my memory is correct. What was the key to jumping out the lead you guys did and getting out for such a hot start?
Yeah, just staying consistent, being able to move the ball on the ground and in the air. Obviously, we weren't too happy with the outcome. I think there was a lot of space that we could have done better as an offense. We left a lot of points out on the field, those field goals in the red zone, all that kind of stuff. So I think we're gonna get that cleaned up before next week. But yeah, just staying consistent, trusting the schemes, trusting my O-line, trusting my receivers to get open down the field, and just kind of staying calm is what helped us the most.
Thank you so much, Ashton.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, guys, we have one more for you. Career night for you, Ben. Questions for Ben Yurosek? Ben Parker.
What's up, Ben? Just talk about what's it like having the kind of performance you did, and you're one of the Troy Taylor era, and just what was clicking for you guys offensively tonight in this one?
It felt good to win. It felt good to win. Looking past my performance, always good to get the ball and feel like you're opening the offense and all that stuff. But it was a great win to start the era, as you said.
Carol?
It seemed like they were kind of calling your number early in particular. Did you feel like this was a matchup that you were going to be able to exploit? And then also, what was it like? I guess Ashton was named the starter on Wednesday. What was the team's reaction to that? And what's it like having him back there in his first start?
Yeah, no, we all love Ashton. I thought he played a great performance. Anytime you come out there and your first start and put a performance like that, obviously there's going to be some adversities that hit throughout the game, but I thought he handled an amazing job.
Jackson?
What was your reaction when the flea flicker was called, and just what do you think about the coaching staff have some creativity like that?
Yeah, you're obviously excited whenever those plays get called, and when you know you get the ball and it's hopefully gonna be a big play. Definitely some butterflies start hopping up in the stomach and all, but yeah, I have complete confidence in our offense, and when a play like that happens, it's gonna be a success.
Back to Ben?
Yeah, just kind of in general, what was it about? Was there anything about the Hawaii defense you feel your offense as a whole was able to kind of exploit? Just what made you guys collectively so strong against them? Against their defense.
Yeah, Hawaii had a great defense. I mean, a lot of fans, a lot of energy. This defense came out to play for sure today. I knew we were going to be in man. Obviously, that's a matchup I'd love to have against whether it's a linebacker, safety. I think I'm obviously taking out anybody. So I had a good amount of man opportunities this game and a great play call.
Jackson?
Ashton was telling us he's excited about the ACC because he's from Georgia as a California prospect. What do you think about this program being in that conference?
Yeah, I'm obviously worried about this season and every game we play. I'm not worrying about the conference realignment, all that stuff to the off season. But glad we finally picked the place. But yeah, not too worried about it right now.
Ben?
Sort of a dietary question here. We found out during the game that your grandfather is the founder of or inventor of the baby carrot. Just kind of what went into that, and yeah, just explain a little bit about that for us.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you grow up and you tell every single person you know, hey, my grandpa been baby carrot, all that stuff, and then you get to this age and you're like, oh no, let's find out. But it's so cool to have that family history. Such a cool family fact. I could tell you the whole story one day, Ben, and everything. But yeah, cool family history and everything. It's good to know your whole life snacking and everything. It's helping a lot of other people. So
I take it that the carrot is your favorite vegetable.
without a doubt, without a doubt.
Any other questions for the great grandson of the inventor of the baby
That's what I'm going to be known as now.
Jackson?
Just initially knowing that this was going to move to a little bit of a different offense, was there ever any concern, and just how much does it put it at ease to come out right out of the gates and have a performance like this?
For sure. I mean, you never know. You could see how a coach does his play calling at Sac State, obviously for Coach Taylor and the previous places. You can take a look, but you never know 100%. And I think something I love is he is tailored to all of our players and the way we play as far as our offense. And he's done a great job being flexible with that. So, yeah, it was a great first day. Love his offense.
Obviously, you've got a week to prepare for USC, and your mind isn't yet on that. But just in general, how nice is it to open up the season with a win, and how much does it help going into a big game like that, knowing that you guys took care of business in the decisive fashion that you did?
It's crucial. It's crucial. I think we could have done a lot of things better tonight as well, and that's where we get back to the drawing board. We had some diversities, we had some mistakes, and better stuff we got to do as offense as a whole. But yeah, definitely great to have this first game and already on the USC. Gonna be watching film tonight.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you all. That's
Appreciate
the
you guys.
end of tonight's press conference.